What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Dusty, one half of Al Radiant Gaming, and the very first track we're going to go over is New York Minute. Now, New York Minute, at the very beginning, you can cut through the grass and get a small shortcut. This one's kind of tricky as you got to watch for the trees and the enemies, but you can do it. Also, lap 1 and 3 before the third right turn, you can cut through the grass with a mushroom and cut in front of your competition. On lap 2, there is an alternate route to the right you can take and get ahead of other racers, and for this one, you want to try to cut corners as much as possible. Additionally, you can hit the manholes as they are about to explode, hit ZR and get some boost, but this can only happen if you don't utilize the aforementioned shortcut. Also, with this course as well as every other course we're going to go over, make sure you use a mushroom if you have it to boost through sand and grass. That will help you a ton. And for Mario Circuit 3, this one is more or less shortcuts and more, like I said, boosting through sand and grass. There's tons of places to do that on this one. Be on the lookout for any turns that you can mushroom boost through the sand on. If you have 3 mushrooms right after the finish line, you can boost 3 times through the sand. It's kind of tricky though, but you'll definitely be able to get it. On the next to last turn, there is a cut inside the wall. It's pretty noticeable and you can mushroom boost through there. And just be on the lookout anytime that you can mushroom boost through the sand. Kalimari Desert actually has a pretty good bit of shortcuts and they're all really fun. On this track, there are 2 ways you'll be able to go for a little bit on the main track and also on the train track, so just keep that in mind. On the very first turn, straight out of the gate, if you mushroom boost through the big sand pile on the left, you can go to a jump and glide directly to a second jump. These are great shortcuts. You can actually see them on your mini map as well. And if you hit it just right, you will only have to use 1 mushroom on the first jump and then use that other mushroom on the second jump. And then right before you hit the finish line marker on the main course, there is a jump in the sand to the right. If you hit that with a mushroom, you can get a pretty good boost. If you miss that one though, you can hit a small bit of sand on the left to get to the finish line faster. And when the game makes you cut off the road and get on the train track, when you come out of the tunnel right after the lap 3 out of 3 flashes, you can get off of the tracks and go to the left and hit that same big jump in the sand that is normally your second jump after the big jump off the starting line. I hope that made sense. Additionally, there is a huge pile of sand at the turn on the bottom left of your mini map. Be sure to hit that if you have 3 mushrooms or a golden mushroom or something that you have invincibility for a long time with. This will save you a ton of time. And on Waluigi Pinball, there's less of a shortcut and more of a tip I want to share with you guys. If you go into the part where you bounce around and where the pinball bounces around and bounces you back and there's the paddles that can hit you, if you stick to the left or to the right, you can avoid a lot of these. That's pretty much it for Waluigi Pinball. Our next one is Sydney Sprint. And for Sydney Sprint, you can pretty much boost at the beginning of the race to the right if you have a mushroom, but it's really not much of a shortcut. On lap 2, you can mushroom boost at the curve at the top left of your minimap through the grass. It's super tricky. You have to bob and weave through the stones, but the more you practice it, you got this. There's also another small mushroom boost area on the right directly after this area at the bottom left of your minimap. And right before you cross the finish line to go into your third lap, you can take that same mushroom boost shortcut we took at the beginning of the game, but in reverse. It'll be on the left this time. You can do the same thing right before you finish the race on your third lap. And with some of these tracks, they are kind of tricky because the maps do change, but the more you play them and now that you know where these shortcuts are, the better you will get. And for Snowland, our shortcuts are at the second turn from the starting line. You can get a small shortcut by mushroom boosting through the snow. Same for the third turn. Just be careful not to go too far right or Lakuto will absolutely flip out and bring you back on the course. At the main bottom of your mini map, there is an opening in the wall where you can mushroom boost through the snow, kind of like on Mario Circuit 3. Right after this, there's a jump to the right in the snow that you can hit, and these are great to hit in succession. And for Mushroom Gorge, at the start of the race, there are 2 mushrooms off to the left off of the course that you can hit. You do have to have a mushroom to hit these though. These actually show up on your mini map as well. In the cave, also know that the red mushrooms make you bounce, the green mushrooms don't bounce at all, and the blue mushrooms actually make you fly. Be sure to spam ZR to get those boosts, as you can't even boost off of the green ones even though they don't make you jump if you time it right at the end. I personally hit the red mushrooms, get the jump boost off of these the best that I can, then hit the blue ones to make me fly and avoid all the other mushrooms. Also, at the turn before the final lap, you can get a small cut by mushroom boosting through the grass. And for High Sundae, you can code from the top and cut it short by gliding down to the left side. This one's a little tricky, but with practice and making sure that you pull up, you can do it. There isn't really any more shortcuts on this one, although I do recommend going into the ice cream cone as you're flying to get the items. You can also go under the wafers to get items here, but I personally would rather just go on top of the wafers and get the boost. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like it if I helped you out. Everyone have an amazing day and God bless.